India's crown jewel fighter jet Su-30MKI now going into a huge upgradation from Russia so that it will be a Super Sukhoi, that is Su-30SM, which will have a great match with China and Su-35 fighter jets. India and Russia in the talks to modernize the Sukhoi Su-30MKI multirole fighter jet currently in service with the Indian Air Force, and the discussions are ongoing by the Indian Air Force to receive a modern upgrade package. The project is at the stage of discussion, and the Russian side is ready to offer India a modern upgrade package. The Indian Air Force operates 272 Su-30MKI jets, a unique version specifically designed for India. India is the largest operator of the export-oriented Su-30MKI multirole fighter jets in the world. The Indian Su-30MKI possesses advanced Israeli avionics and electronic warfare systems, making them different from standard Su-30s. The fighters have been a vital part of the aerial strength possessed by India and are looked as a strong option to secure the country's boundaries alongside the French-made Rafales, which are the latest aircraft acquired by the nation. In the past, India has expressed its intention to carry out a large-scale modernization of Su-30MKI fighter jets, which are likely to enhance their capabilities even further. The modernization project has been designated as a Super Sukhoi in the Indian media, with upgrades being seen as means to boost the combat potential of the Indian Air Force. The Russian official said, believes that the India's enterprises will play a key role in the meeting requirements of modernizing the Su-30MKIs to make them Super Sukhois. Considering the year-long experience of the joint works and degree of cooperation between the industries of their countries that is unique for the world market. The Indian enterprises will express their desire to participate in the modernization of Su-30MKI fighter jets assembled at the production capacities of HAL, or the Hindustan Aeronautical Limited of India. Dubbed the Super Sukhoi, the Su-30SM is a modernized version of the 4+ generation version of the original Russian Su-30 fighter jet aircraft. It is a super maneuverable multi-role fighter jet that was created according to the specifications of the Russian Aerospace Forces. Being a super maneuverable jet, it is one of the world's finest dogfighters, with upgrades being done to equip it with the credible BVR engagement options. Earlier, the Russian Deputy Prime Minister Yuri Borisov, while speaking to the journalists of India, said that the Super Sukhoi fighters would be standardized with the Su-30 fighter jets. The Sukhoi Su-30SM fighter jet will be standardized with 4++ generation Su-30 fighter jets by upgrading its onboard equipment and armaments to cut its cost and breathe a new life into the plane. In the past, India has expressed its intention to carry out a large-scale modernization of Su-30MKI fighter jets, which are likely to enhance their capabilities even further. So what do you think of India's upgrading its Su-30 into a Super Sukhoi as Su-30SM, so that it can keep up with China and Pakistan with its Air Force? India gets 100 more jets for its Air Force in the coming weeks, while China hunting for military overseas bases in the Indian Ocean to tackle India and the US. India is now formally moving ahead to procure 21 MiG-29s and 12 Sukhoi 30MKI fighter jets from Russia, along with upgrades of their existing fleet. The request for the proposal for 29 MiG-29 fighter jets, whose bare airframes are lying in Russia since the later 1980s, will soon be issued to the Russian state-run defense export arm, Rosoboronexport, said the defense source on Sunday to Times of India. The acquisition of these MiG-29s at relatively lower prices will add to 59 such jets already with IAF. The 12 Sukhoi 30MKIs in turn will add to the 272 such fighter jets already contracted from Russia for about $15 billion, with the bulk of them being licensed produced by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited of India. Indian Air Force has so far inducted 268 of the original 272 Sukhois, with at least 9 of them being lost in a crash over the years. While China is hunting for the foreign military bases for the PLA, contrary to the apprehensions of the US Department of the Defense that China is owing 12 countries to make them agree to host its military logistical facilities, Beijing is increasingly finding it difficult to succeed in its mission. China is realizing that the potential host nations' political stability, economic health, and level of bilateral ties are not conducive enough to make them reliable military partners. While India, along with 83 new Tejas jets, which will be inducted in January of 2024, the addition of MiG-29s and Sukhois are meant to stem the free fall in numbers of IAF fighter jet squadrons. With the progressive phasing out of obsolete MiG-21s and MiG-23s and 27s, the force is down to about just 30 squadrons. When at least 42 are required to tackle the collusive threat from China and Pakistan, the remaining 4 MiG-29 Bisons squadrons are also scheduled to retire by 2024. The Defense Ministry of India in July last year gave initial nod for the acquisition of 21 MiG-29s with the latest avionics and electronic warfare suits and further upgrades of 15 existing jets to ensure the commonality across the fleet. The cost of 12 new twin-seat Sukhois, along with advanced electronic warfare capabilities as well as an additional supply of the spares, in turn was estimated to be 10,730 crore rupees. While 42 Sukhois are now being modified to carry the Precision Strike BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles of India. The entire fleet will also subsequently be fully enhanced with more advanced avionic radars and weapons to further bolster their combat capabilities. The Indian Air Force, or IAF, also plans to get the acceptance of necessity by this April-May of 2021 for its long-term mega Make in India project for 114 new fighter jets for over $20 billion under the Strategic Partner Policy. The French Rafale fighter jets will be the front runner if India goes ahead with this project, having already bought 36 of them under 59,000 crore rupees deal inked in September of 2016. The other 6 contenders are FA-18 and F-21 of US, Gripen E of Sweden, Sukhoi 35 and MiG-35 of Russia, and Eurofighter Typhoon of Europe. So what do you think of India getting still more 100 of jets from Russia, while China is hunting for military bases to tackle India in the Indian Ocean?